Alright, man, starting off, you can just see a C-stand in the shot, and man, look at this ratty hoodie I'm wearing. This is just amateur hour stuff, but we're gonna keep them moving. We got a really dope beat today. This is one of my favorite beats that I've done in a little while, actually. Really dope soul sample, kind of underground, from the 70s that I found on the internet. Shout out to YouTube. But I'm just going through and I'm chopping it up. And full disclosure, like, after I shut the cameras off for this episode, like, I went back and I did so much more work to this beat. So really what we're getting is the skeleton made in this video for this beat. And you'll be able to hear the full version soon. It's gonna go out on a beat tape that I'm gonna be putting out next month. Gonna be dropping a whole lot more like 4-track, 3-track type beat tapes, because I got so many beats on my hard drive that just collecting dust, so I'm gonna put them out. So be on the look for that. Just dropped one. But back to this current beat. I really like the juxtaposition between the Live For You and the Die For You parts of the sample. I think that's really cool, and I want to definitely utilize that. And it just loops so well. So I'm just kind of going through and figuring out what this first pattern should be, and like I said, it just loops so well that it really came together pretty easy. I do have to make a few changes to a couple of the chops in there, but you'll see that here in just a second. I do that after I record it. And honestly, like, nowadays, like, this beat doesn't even really need drums. Like, I could have just left it here and it would have been tight. But I do go in and add some drums, and that's one of the things that I really worked on, actually, because I hated the drums that I laid down here in this video. You'll see here in a second, but right now I'm going through and I'm fixing these chops. I didn't think it sounded cool, but it wasn't there yet. Like, I could tell that this sample was so fire, and there was another level to take this to. So I mean, you gotta make the best beat you can. So just went through and changed some things, and you'll hear it. You can tell I'm kind of feeling it. That was my high school basketball hoodie, if you're wondering why it's so raggedy. I mean, look at that sleeve, man. Falling apart. And now I'm going through and I'm trying to find the second pattern. I'm thinking that this will be the verse. I mean, really, for a beat tape, it really doesn't matter. But we'll call it a verse for the sake of labels. I think I went and I changed a chop in this section as well, but I did that off camera. I did some real goofy stuff, like trying to make some, like one of the chops echo, and it sounded terrible. So I'm not even showing that in this breakdown, and you'll hear it in the final, not the final version, but at the end of the track where I do like the performance stuff. You'll hear like the echo, but it sounds stupid. And for the drums, I just used a pack and machine. And a lot of what the issues I was running into with the drums, like that hat loop, or that hat sample that just has a little bit of a extended loop to it, just that shaker type thing. It just sounds so busy. And I think if you have a sample this cold, like I should know just to like not try to be a hero with my drums, you know what I mean? Just like get the kick and the snare in there, give it a little bit of extra oomph. Add a hat on the fours if you want to, and that's what I ended up doing, and it made for a whole lot better beat. So learn from my mistake here, and don't put a bunch of extra crap in there because it just takes away from the beat rather than add to it. Did a lot of extra other tweaks as well, like putting the kicks through a low pass and putting a sidechain compressor on there as well. That kind of helps bring those kicks out. I really do like the kicks. I like the drums in the final version as well, but right here they're just like I said, a little bit too busy. And just checking to see how it sounds with the first pattern. And that's pretty well gonna wrap it up, man. Like, pretty good little skeleton at first, and you'll hear the final version, like I said, and putting out a whole lot more beat tapes, and just dropped one last week, I guess it was. It's called Inalienable 4-tracker. It's got some dope beats on there. I think a couple that I made on Fresh Produce, but yeah, go check it out, man. It's free to download, so appreciate y'all. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.